Hello children, in this video I'm going to give you the summary of the chapter 2, that is teeth and microbes. So here we are going to learn about so many things about the teeth and the microbes. So first I want to tell you the learning objectives of this chapter and then we will start. So see the learning objective first. Learning objectives. After completing this chapter you will be able to know the uses of teeth, know sets of teeth, name different kinds of teeth, identify and label parts of a tooth, know tooth decay, know how to take care of teeth, know about microbes and their types, its list harmful and useful effects of microbes. Teeth are very important part of our body. It not only help us to chew and grind the food but also give shape to our face and help us to speak clearly. So that's why teeth are very important to us. Now if you notice the newborn baby which have no teeth present inside his or her mouth, when he reaches at the age of 2 years, then he gets the 20 teeth, a set of teeth that is called milk teeth or temporary teeth. And when the child grows and reaches at the age of 6 years, he start losing his milk teeth one by one, and at the place of that he gets his permanent teeth. Right? So around the age of 21 years, a person has 32 teeth, a set of 32 teeth inside his or her mouth, that is called permanent teeth. And if in any case you lose this permanent teeth, then it will not grow again. So for that you need to take care of your teeth very well so that you will not lose them. So now we are going to know about the kinds of teeth. So we all have the 4 kinds of teeth and that are used for different purposes, right? So whenever you eat something, so you may curious that which teeth you are using for cutting down of food, or which you are using for tearing of food, or which you are using for chewing of food. So first I am going to explain you about the types of teeth and then I will give you the example of that, right? So the first one is incisors, right? Incisors are the first type of teeth which are also called cutting teeth. Which are also called cutting teeth, as the name shows that these teeth are straight and have sharp edges, and these teeth are used for cutting down of food. So whenever you eat anything, so you cut the food with the help of incisor that are present here, like the front 4 teeth inside upper and lower jaw, right? So here is the upper jaw and here is the lower jaw in which the teeth are fixed. So the total 8 incisor we all have inside our mouth, that is front teeth. Okay, the second teeth is the type of teeth that is canines, which are also called the tearing teeth. Which are also called the tearing teeth, right? So canines are a type of teeth which used for tear the food items, right? So if anybody is eating kind of flesh like meat or chicken, anything, then you need to use canines to tear the food items. So the animals that are flesh eating animals, they have bigger and sharp canines present inside their mouth, right? So canines are actually the sharp and pointed teeth which help to tear the food item, and we all have 4 canines which is present inside our mouth collectively in upper and lower jaws, right? Now the premolars which are also called cracking teeth, and these premolars are 8 in numbers and which is present besides the canines. And if you want to eat any nuts or anything, so you need to break it down or crash it or crack it down. That's why you need to use your premolars for cracking the nuts kinds of food items, right? Now the fourth one is, and the last one, that is the strongest them all, that is molars. that are also called grinding teeth. So as the name shows that molars are useful for chewing and grinding the food items, and we all have 12 molars present inside our mouth, that is the last 3 on each side of each jaw, right, in which the 8 will grow first and 4 will grow later, that are called wisdom teeth. So molars and premolars are very important for the plant eating animals, and they help them out to grind, chew and crack the food items, right? So these are the 4 kinds of. So I hope that you may curious to know that whenever we eat something, which kind of teeth we used for which purpose, right? So as I explained you here about the kinds of teeth, now it gets clear. I'm going to show you one example in front of you to make the things more clear. Like I have a biscuit with me, and just see that which teeth I used for cutting down the biscuit, right? For cutting of the biscuit, I use my incisors, right? And if I chew the food inside my mouth, and for that I use the molars. I don't have this time the fleshy food item with me, so I cannot show you the canines, but I can show you that how the premolars are very useful for us, right? So if you have any nuts with you, like I have an almond with me, so you can just want to crack it down or crush it with the help of your premolars, right? So that's why the premolars are very helpful for cracking the food items like nuts. Okay, so this is how you can connect science with your real life to understand the concepts well. So here with the help of this slide, you can see the positions of these 4 kinds of teeth inside the mouth, and which will be helpful for you, and you will know about the correct position, like incisors, the front 4 teeth of upper and lower jaw, that is 8 in number, and besides the incisor there are 2 canines on each jaw, that is 4 in number, and then besides the canine there are premolars present, which are 4 in each jaw, that is 8 in numbers, and then in the last 3 molars on each side, that is 6 molars on each jaw, that is total 12 in numbers. So this will be helpful for you to understand the position of teeth inside the mouth. Now we are going to know about the structure of a tooth. The tooth has 2 main parts, that is crown and root. The part which is present outside the gum is called crown, and the part which is present inside the gum is called root. And the crown, the outermost covering is called enamel, that is white in color, and this is the hardest material which is present in our body. Below the enamel, that is dentine layer, that is the another hardest part of our body, and then below the pulp there this pulp layer, that is actually the delicate part and very soft part which contains the blood vessels. So these enamel, dentine and pulp makes the structure of a tooth. Sometimes when we do not brush properly or any food item got stuck in our mouth in between the teeth, then it will causes the germs to attack on it, and the teeth will get covered with the thin layer of germs, that is called plaque. And whenever we eat something, that plaque will react with the sugar which is present in the food and changes into the acids, and this acid will start harming our enamel and dentine layer, and that is called tooth decay. Okay, so that's why whenever you eat something hot or cold, it will reaches to the pulp and you may feel sensations, right? So there are many causes of tooth decay, like toothaches and bleeding gums, stomach disorders and cavities inside the mouth, and loss of teeth. So nobody wants to face these issues. So for that we need to take care of our teeth in a proper way, because we all know that the permanent teeth, that if we lost it in any case for any reason, it will not grow again, right? So the first and most important important thing that you all need to do, that is brush your teeth twice a day, in the morning and in the night before going to the bed. And also brush your teeth in a proper manner, like you I think you listened the rhyme before, that is up and down, round and round. So you have to do it in a such a way. And eat most type of raw vegetables and fruit items like carrots and apples, so it will make your gums and teeth strong. And also floss your teeth every day. Whenever you eat something, after that rinse your mouth completely with the water very well, so that no food item will stuck on it. And also you need to include more milk and milk preparation in your diet. It will gives you calcium and makes your teeth strong. Avoid eating too much sugar, chocolates and sweets, because it may spoil your teeth. And you should visit a dentist at least twice a year. So if you follow these rules, so then you can make your teeth strong. Now I am going to tell you about the microbes, which are also called microorganisms. So these microorganisms or microbes are very, very small in size. They are tiny living organisms, and they are as much as tiny that we cannot see them with our naked eyes. And if we want to see them or study about them, we need to use an equipment named microscope, and which have powered lenses, so that with the help of that we can see the microbes very well. And microbes are present everywhere, like they in the air, water and food items inside and outside the body. So they are everywhere, and they can easily grow at the room temperature, or when they get the warmth or the moisture or the food item. Right, so there are not all kinds of microbes which are harmful for us, but there are some microbes also which are beneficial for us. And the microbes which are harmful for us are called germs. There are 4 kinds of microbes, which is bacteria, viruses, protozoa and fungi. So bacteria are the single celled microbes which are found in different shapes, like spherical shape, rod shape and comma shape. And viruses are more smaller than the bacteria. And the fungi that can grow on the dead and decaying matter, and the protozoa are the single cell organism. So now we are going to know about that, how much the microbes are harmful and how much they are useful for us. So as I told you that microbes are harmful also, and these harmful disease causing microbes are called germs, and they can cause many kinds of diseases, like bacteria can cause typhoid, diphtheria and pneumonia. And if we see the protozoa, it can cause dysentery and malaria. And likewise the viruses can cause different kinds of diseases like smallpox and polio. So likewise they are harmful also, but they are not always harmful. There are some microbes which are useful also. They have some useful aspects. So there is a yeast, which is a fungus which is used for baking the cakes and breads, which makes the breads and cakes soft. And the microbe, which is a bacteria, which help to convert the milk into the curd. And there are some other microbes which are present inside the body and help in the digestion process. And there are some microbes also which help in the decaying of dead plants and animals. So the microbes have both useful and harmful aspects. So this is all about the chapter. I hope that you find this video helpful. Please watch the video at least twice, so that you can understand all the important points. So we will meet again. Thank you, class.